Refinished furniture gives your home a new chic look with an antique twist.
With us today, Audra Mell. We're going to be talking about some refinished furniture. She's with Grace 1972. It's always great to have you back. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. It's always fun to be here. Yeah, our store is a farmhouse chic cottage type of look. And today, thanks you guys for having me on again. It's really fun to be here. I brought a lot of different things, but one of the first things I would like to talk about is the refinished furniture that we provide in our store, and it's hard to bring that to the show. So I did bring one chair. So this is, we have a set of 6 of these, painted black and distressed. I don't know if you can see that on TV, but distressed and then finished in red toile. And one of the reasons we refinish furniture is because it was a little bit better quality in years gone by. So, and not all the time. I mean, I am guilty of buying particle board items once in a while too. Yeah. But it's such good quality, but it's a little dated. The finishes get a little orangey, and they've been well loved. So in our store, we have lots of different pieces that either we have refinished ourselves, my husband does a lot of the refinishing, or we have local artists, makers they're called, who do it on the side. So I brought some photos to speak to some of the furniture, and I think the first one we should have is the table and the rest of the chairs that go with the one that I brought today. So this is a picture of our newest farmhouse table. It has white pedestal legs and, like I said, the black chairs with the red toile. And this is showcased in our shop. So this is Grace 1972 here in Fargo. And I just set this up all yesterday, and I love dabbling in photography. So I took this photo for our show today. I was working with producer. What's my deadline? I have to send this photo in. But this is one of the pieces. My husband redid the table, and then we actually have a local artist who did the chairs to match. And I just tell her, I want it to be these colors, and I want cushions and this kind of fabric. I love toile. Now, you will, if you follow this look, the farmhouse chic cottage style that's been made popular by Joanna Gaines on HGTV, it's been pretty neutral in color. A lot of beige and cream and white is really huge, but color is coming back. Florals are coming back, and I just happen to be a huge fan of toile, which is the pattern on the chairs. So pictures of women and people and a guy on a horse on this pillow, for example. So that's one of the photos I brought of our furniture.
Well, I like adding the color popped into just like a little bit, like just the seat cushions, because then your tablescape, no matter what time of the year it is, can kind of still flow with everything else.
So I'm being a little bold by bringing in some color in this neutral trend, but it's a very muted color. The next photo that we have, this is a great farmhouse table, and it's more in the neutrals, but there are some blues. So we had that gray. Gray is very popular. You see the hutch in the background, and talk about actually 3 pieces from these photos. So the very first one on the left is a blue table. It's faded. It is 96 inches long. It seats 8. So we have 6 gray upholstered chairs, and I have it staged with 2 wicker chairs that are just amazing. We have a little burlap tie in the back and a little blue cushion to coordinate with the table. So if you have a large family or you like entertaining, this table is great. And I do want to mention, so when we finish furniture that's for high traffic areas, so high traffic areas, that's going to be your kitchen table. And your chairs. And whether you have little kids or you like to entertain, we make sure that all of our pieces are sanded, primed, painted, and sealed. So there are some shortcut ways to do things, and I'm a big fan of chalk paint, which doesn't require that sanding and priming process. But for high traffic areas, sometimes, unless it's really sealed well, which is a step that people seem to skip, it doesn't always hold up very well. So you can trust that the furniture that we have done is going to last you for years, absolutely for years.
Nice.
Well, and the kitchen table is a place you want the whole family to feel welcome and gathered at. You don't want to yell at the kids 10 times not to put their cups on it or something like that. So that's good to know.
That first table that I showed actually was refinished in indoor-outdoor polyurethane. So it is made for your front door for hurricanes and such. And so you can spill anything on our tables and they're going to stand up and they're not going to get rings and they're not going to warp. So we're really proud of that. In the last picture that was there too, I also, in the back, you see this great hutch, and I talked about how we only choose high-end pieces. So you might think of high-end, you might think of Ethan Allen, and that is an Ethan Allen hutch that's in the background. And there it is on the right again.
Wow.
And we took out the beveled window panes that were in the doors and we replaced those with chicken wire, which is a farmhouse trend. And we took the back off and painted that a nice bright white so you get the contrast.
Wow.
And the dresser on the left is also, that has dovetail drawers. It is very well made, and that has also been painted white and distressed to go along with the trend today. So these are also sealed very well. They are not going to chip or flake or warp or anything of that nature. So we're really proud of the furniture that we refinish and carry at Grace 1972.
I love the dresser for like your guest room or a girl's room. I can just picture it, you know, it can kind of fit into whatever house style you have.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you could even use pieces like that in your foyer as well. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in a bedroom. I have dressers tucked into little corners all over my home. I use them to store games, Monopoly. I mean, they're great storage, and they are a nice little statement piece for anywhere, not just bedrooms.
Mittens and hats and stuff. I'm just picturing all the different places I could put it.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Flip-flops, Larson. Let's not do mittens.
Okay.
Let's talk flip-flops, okay? Do you have some more pics as well?
I'm not sure. Do we have any more? If more pop up? Yes, yes. Okay, so this was the captain's chair I was talking about. This is wicker, and it's finished in burlap, which also goes along with that farmhouse trend that people are loving. A great farmhouse pillow. This was also locally made, handmade pillow. Very well done. And then on the right, this is really cool. On the right, you were talking about picking up pieces on the curb, right?
Yes, I said they've sat in my garage
well, this piece on the right may have had that history. It is an old TV armoire. So remember when our TVs were like these just giant pieces?
Yes.
And you had to hide them because it took 4 people to carry them in, and the back was cut out to fit the TV. That's what this was originally. It was a TV armoire that we got that was on the curb, that with a big free sign.
But you saved it.
Yeah, we did. And so
Nice.
not only did we paint it and distress it, but I did send pictures of the inside. We've repurposed this. If you look on the left, it has shiplap on the back now, and it has a clothing bar. So we have turned this into extra storage, a wardrobe, extra closet space, because you don't have to slide those doors back. The reason those doors slid back was so you could see the television from any angle when you were using it for a TV. But now it's not being used for TV. You just need to be able to open and close those, so you can install wardrobe bars in those old TV armoires and have a different purpose. Yeah,
cool.
Isn't that great?
Cool.
I want to display it open. Then on the right, this is a high-end piece. I think it might also be Ethan Allen that we've repurposed. I think it was mid-century, so 1950s. So very solid, very well made. We also painted, so we sanded, primed, painted, and sealed this piece as well. And we usually do also replace the hardware to kind of update this our pieces a little bit more. So we put nice hardware on, make sure it's going to last, and I just absolutely love that hutch. So hutches are a really hot item. We sell a lot of hutches at Grace 1972, and people just rave about how well they're done. And I have to give a shout out to my husband Matthew, and I had a picture of him. He wasn't able to be here today, but I didn't send the picture in time for the deadline, so I'm going to take all the glory for all of his hard work.
But it's more than just the big furniture. As you can see here, you guys kind of have anything from changing out your throw pillows on your couch to those big items.
Yes, and so I brought a few other smaller pieces to round out the conversation about Grace 1972. Like I said, it's a farmhouse chic cottage style, really inspired by Joanna Gaines, HGTV's Fixer Upper. So we have a lot of signage, and I brought this one today because it goes along with the Thanksgiving fall feel. It's getting, last time I was here, we were talking about decorating for fall, and we were like, no, we're not ready, but I think we're feeling a little more ready now. The weather's cooler, so gather. This is, and cursive signage is very, very trendy right now as well. I also brought enamel. You guys, this stuff is so cool. You can use this for storage anywhere. You can put it in your bathroom, put hairbrushes in there, roll up towels, put it on the next to your sink, or even put your toilet paper in it. It is a cute way to display functional things. Now I have these handmade, here you guys just like hold
pumpkins.
them. Handmade pumpkin chenille and sweater. These fabric pumpkins are really trending for fall as well. And I talked about these last time I was on. My mom makes these. She's retired. She's an actual authentic farm wife. So you couldn't get any more farm feeling than these.
These are so fun.
Yeah,
so
these are really
cozy.
Yeah. I have to tell you, my brother-in-law, so we're inside Mel's Gluten-Free Bakery, and my brother-in-law, and he processes a lot of these transactions, and he said to me, I don't know what these are, but you need to get more of them because people are buying them. And I said, Mark, it's a pumpkin.
That's awesome.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Let's tell people where Mel's Bakery is if they want to go and get one of these pumpkins or some of those bigger pieces.
It's at 1404 33rd Street South in Fargo. It's behind Shields Home and Hardware on 13th Avenue. So not the big Shields, the Home and Hardware Shields on 13th Avenue South. We're in the strip mall. Just behind them, southernmost space.
Perfect.
Good
That's
stuff.
where we are. Yeah.
All right, stay with us. We got a lot more coming up right here on North Dakota Today.